Well, morning everyone. We went sailing yesterday. It's still lockdown here in the UK, so we had to take two boats and raft up, but that was alright. I had all sorts of problems with my engine, but unfortunately all of the video that we took had no audio. The audio wasn't working, so we can't show you. Anyway, we're still alive and kicking. What I have got is a couple of bits of video that we took from our phones as we were making our way down to the marina. And also I'd like to show you another clip. This is from a phone call that I took from Dave Oliver's wife, Jill Oliver. Pretty unpleasant phone call. She's as bad as he is. See what you think. Anyway, sorry the video messed up. But lockdown is soon to be over, spring is on its way, and we can all get out and enjoy the water again soon, no doubt.
Morning all. Well, I'm dreading it. It's socially distanced out on our own boats, but keeping channel 7.2 open. I know he's going to nag all day long. He's going to brag about his new cockpit enclosure. You're never going to hear the end of it. Pretty well ready. Some of my books to send off. There's my lunch. We'll tell you about these later on, but we both got these for our tender. And yes, he's now an mooring buoy. He's learnt. He now needs to pump his tender out of water. So we'll see how cocky he is today, shall we? But you might be interested to see his little car, because he'll never show you this, will he? Here we go, look. See if you can spot his number plate.
Still in lockdown, but we're allowed to go sailing now, so we can't be on the same boat, so we're going to take both boats out, meeting Mr. Oliver down there. See what the day brings. Nice and sunny. Nice and sunny, Andy. Oh, Cool Runnings in Juna. Go ahead, over.
In Juna, this is Cool Runnings. Looking forward to sharing our cockpit enclosure with viewers. Just about to cast off. Over.
Perfect. We will see you in 10 or so minutes. Look forward to it.
In Juna, Cool Runnings. About to cast off.
Cool Runnings in June, I've got that. You're about to cast off. We'll see you shortly. Out. Take your front line, shall I? Nicely done, Skip. Greg Young, please take note if you're watching this. He's still yanking up my guard lines. Okay, let me show you this clip from the phone call with Jill. Now, you need to realise that I couldn't see them. It was an audio phone call, but Dave was there prompting Jill and videoing this conversation at their end, and that's the video I'm going to show you. The background to the day is this. A few things had gone wrong. Dave and I had gone sailing in separate boats because of lockdown. I'd run out of fuel going up Bewley River, and so I'd had to rush to get my dinghy strapped alongside and power up the outboard engine and use that to power me alongside Dave's boat and raft up. So that was the first thing that went wrong. I just bought a new outboard, and it was a 6 horsepower Honda, and it's blooming heavy, and I was struggling to get that on and off the dinghy, and I was tripping over. I'd also very nearly purchased a new second-hand tender from the marina, but it was really unstable, and my 6 horsepower new engine almost tipped it up. It was so bad. So that's mentioned in this phone call. We then tried to pick up a mooring buoy in one of the boats in a bit of a gale, and that went a bit south, so she raises that. And finally, I just moved to a new swinging mooring, and I had to fork out a load of money on some mooring strops, and that gave Dave a lot of pleasure. So that comes up in this conversation. So the whole thing's a fix. Dave's feeding lines to Jill. What you have to realise in this is that I have no idea Dave is listening in. I'm taking this very seriously and taking it at face value, but little did I know. See what you think.
Oh, that's very good. And then what about getting the new outboard onto your boat? How did that go?
Yes, that's fairly. He's troubled you because he's leading you on. And it's just not good. It's very, very bad. He's a bad boy. We put a lanyard so that we didn't drop the engine in the water. And every time I went to pick the engine up, I stood on it.
And did you get caught on something to start with? Did you have something that you got caught on to start with?
He's trouble because I don't know what he's feeding you these things, and I don't know what he's talking about now. Did you get caught on something?
Was it a rucksack? Yeah. Were you wearing a rucksack?
Oh yeah. I did get caught on my rucksack. So, God, he's remembering everything, hasn't he? It's like that. We've had a good day though. It was nice to laugh a lot, and it was very helpful for me that he was there to help me out with that.
So tell me again about the dory, Dave. What was that with the dory? What happened with it?
It wouldn't stay upright. So when Dave got off the dinghy onto your boat, I sat on one side, he sat on the other, so we balanced. As soon as he got off, the whole thing rolled and I nearly went over on the boat into the water. So it was so rolly that you just couldn't use it.
Oh.
That was the problem with it. But
Ask him what he took for dinner. What he bought for lunch.
Like this, he's going to be in a bit of trouble.
So now he's telling me, ask what Dave had for lunch.
Cheese toasted. Dave makes these 3 cheese toasties and they're absolutely delicious.
Oh, good. I'm pleased.
But the reason he's asking you to ask me this now is because I moan about his cheese toastie. I call it a cheese sandwich. He couldn't be bothered to make me anything other than the cheese sandwiches some months ago. So on our Lee Shaw's videos, I keep moaning about his cheese toastie. Everybody agrees with me, it seems, but secretly I love them.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not even going to say that on camera, so I bought my own today.
Oh, that's nice. So, then Dave, how was the mooring up at lunchtime?
Oh, that was shocking. I haven't told Rachel this yet, so she can listen in. So it was blowing and everything. I got the boat, I was steering, I got the boat up, and Dave couldn't hook the mooring line. So we tried twice, and then we went to another mooring buoy. This time he hooked it, but he couldn't drag the boat. The boat was being blown off in the wind, and so I ran forward, and we both had this rope stretched out, and we couldn't pull it in, and so he then put his hand between my legs. It was obviously the most convenient place to go. And it was like some contorted game. What's that game you play where you spin it?
Twister.
It was like playing a Twister. But it was the most shocking thing to have his hand thrust between my legs. And we laughed and then we cried.
Oh.
Trying to get that line onto the boat.
Oh.
So it was very funny.
So now, Dave, this nice new anchorage that you've got, does it need anything, this buoy?
Yes, it needs strops, and I've had to tell him that I've had to spend 150 quid.
So you've got that and new salopettes, yeah?
And we thought, yes, what's that, Rachel? She can't believe it. She actually bought those salopettes with